sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Kicking off another deep dive here.
Yep.
And today we're looking into something that's been in the news quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. All over.
The Department of Government Efficiency.
DOGE.
Yeah, I think the internet's already given it a fun little nickname there.
Yeah, they have. And they've certainly had a field day with it.
Definitely.
Seems like a prime target.
So we've got a whole bunch of articles here from ABC News.
Yeah, should be interesting.
And like we were saying before we started recording, it's kind of got like all the pieces of a political thriller.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, is Elon Musk really in charge?
Right. Who knows?
You got legal battles. You've got this new department that's supposed to make the government more efficient.
Which, the government could certainly use.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Who wouldn't want a more efficient government?
Exactly.
And by the end of this, hopefully we'll all know a little bit more about what DOGE is, why it's causing such a stir, and what it could mean for the future.
Yeah, some big questions.
Yeah, so first things first, DOGE is this brand new thing in the federal government dreamed up back in December 2024 by President Trump.
Right. And like you said, on paper at least, the goal is to make the government, work better.
Yeah, more efficient.
More efficient, exactly.
You'd think that would be pretty uncontroversial.
You would, wouldn't you? But there's a bit of a snag.
Just a tiny little snag?
Well, maybe a big snag, depending on how you look at it.
Okay, lay it on me.
Nobody seems to know who's actually running the show over there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big snag.
Right. It's like, who's the boss?
The White House is saying Elon Musk is just a senior advisor, not the head honcho.
A senior advisor, sure, but then you've got President Trump himself out there calling Musk the guy in charge.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe he just misspoke.
Maybe, but it definitely adds to the confusion.
It does, for sure. And then you've got this affidavit from Joshua Fisher.
Oh, yeah, Fisher, he's the director of the Office of Administration, right?
Right, and in this affidavit, he calls Musk a non-career special government employee.
Which, I gotta say, is a mouthful.
It is.
And not exactly the clearest job title.
No, not at all.
And usually that kind of designation, it's for someone brought in for a specific temporary thing, like,
A consultant.
Exactly, like a consultant, an expert, not a permanent part of the team.
Right, but is that really what's happening here? It seems like Musk is involved in, everything DOGE is doing.
Yeah, it's not exactly a hands-off advisor role, is it?
Not really. And this all leads to the really big fight, the one playing out in the courts right now.
Yeah, the judges are trying to figure out what DOGE even is.
Is it like a regular agency or something completely new?
And that makes a huge difference, right? Especially when you talk about transparency and oversight.
Right, how do you keep tabs on this thing if you don't even know what it is?
Exactly. And Judge Tanya Chutkan, she's one of the judges on one of these cases. She's been pretty vocal about her concerns.
Oh yeah, she did not hold back.
She called DOGE's methods unpredictable and scattershot, and she's really worried about the lack of, congressional oversight.
Right, so basically if it's not bound by the same rules as other agencies, it could basically do whatever it wants.
Yeah, more or less, and that's a pretty scary thought, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's like they're trying to create something outside the normal checks and balances.
Which, why? Why would you even want to do that?
Exactly.
Unless you don't want people looking too closely at what you're doing.
And then there's Judge John Bates. He ruled that DOGE should be considered an agency.
Right, like case closed, it's an agency, follow the rules.
But the Trump administration is fighting that ruling like crazy.
Which is pretty weird, right?
Yeah, it's not every day you see the government trying to avoid being labeled an agency.
I mean, usually they want all the power that comes with being an agency.
Exactly, but they don't seem to want the responsibility that goes with it.
Like having to answer to Congress and the public.
Right, and I guess that kind of brings us back to Elon Musk.
Mr. Senior Advisor.
Right, officially that's his role, but does anyone actually believe that's all he is?
I mean, the guy's a force of nature.
Yeah, he's not exactly known for taking a back seat.
No, not at all.
And, President Trump's statements about Musk being in charge, they're not exactly helping.
No, they're just muddying the waters even more.
Exactly, and it's not just about titles. It's about who's really calling the shots,
It's about power, who has it, and who they answer to.
One of the articles brought up an interesting comparison to Anita Dunn.
Oh, yeah, she was a senior advisor to President Biden, right?
Right, but she wasn't running some brand new, super powerful government entity.
That's a big difference for sure.
Yeah, and that difference is what makes this whole DOGE thing so, I don't know, unnerving.
Yeah, it's like, are we looking at a future where powerful individuals can just sidestep all the normal rules and operate in the shadows?
And with almost no accountability.
Exactly. And if that's the case, what does it mean for the rest of us?
Yeah, it's a pretty big question.
And one that we need to keep asking.
So I guess after all this, we still don't have all the answers?
No, but we've definitely uncovered a whole lot of questions.
Yeah, about what DOGE is,
Yeah.
who's really in charge, and what it means for the future of, I guess, transparency and accountability in government.
And those are some pretty important questions.
They are.
This DOGE thing, this is just the beginning, I think.
It feels like it, yeah.
This whole thing could change how the government works, and not necessarily for the better. So keep an eye on this one, folks.
Yeah, definitely one to watch.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's it for this deep dive.
Until next time.
See ya!
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.